telling you, the timing gets better every single time I do that intro. But welcome everybody in to another edition of Generational Sports, your favorite show every Monday. That's right, we're your favorite show. I know you don't got to tell me. You don't got to tell us. Me and Josh bring entertaining content every week. How could we not be your favorite show? I mean, during the football season, we're your pregame to Monday Night Football. I mean, right now we're sort of a pregame to whatever NBA playoff games are about to be on. I mean, and then, during the off season, we're just pure entertainment.
Absolutely.
It's kind of what we do. Kind of a big deal. Josh, as I start every show off because, it's the most important thing, near and dear to my heart. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's been, I was telling Connie before the show, the heater is always making noise in the show, so we decided to turn it off for a little bit. I haven't voted yet. It's not official yet. He's finalist. He's a finalist, so I mean, I know Rudy Gobert is in the finalist, which I think is the stupidest shit I've ever seen. I thought we all agreed.
Rudy in the finalist, huh?
Rudy, McCall, and Marcus Smart are the finalists.
Listen, I'll put Giannis as a finalist every year before I put Rudy there.
Oh my God, yeah. So many other better. Draymond didn't make it, but Rudy did. I mean,
I don't know. Draymond missed a lot of time.
Even games played, Draymond had more of an impact. But yeah, how am I doing? I'm doing good. Enjoyed watching. I mean, so many sports this week.
Did it announce it? We got awards out already?
I thought they only announced the finalists. That's crazy.
NBA awards. Let's take a look on. I'm only seeing finalists here.
That's crazy if they already announced it.
It was Marcus Smart. I mean, listen, Are we sure we're not talking rumors here?
It's probably going to be Marcus Smart, but I don't think it's official yet.
I was going to say, I'm not seeing no official awards. I'm seeing a lot of finalists. No official awards, though.
I think it's going to be Marcus, though, and McCall will probably get robbed. But so many sports this weekend. Like, every sport happens. Baseball, football, basketball, UFC.
I could almost cry with you adding baseball into that.
I mean, I even watched some baseball this weekend.
Because, Josh, you did, if you missed last week's episode, it was interesting. To say
roller coaster.
Yeah, it was. There was a lot going on last week. A lot going on.
Let me check Woj.
On Twitter,
I got his note he's on.
Brady got to ride Rodgers' coattails to a golf win. Old ass man. For Luke, welcome. Thank you.
Wow, they already announced it.
Did they?
HD was not lying. No, just Defensive Player of the Year. Marcus Smart did win it. Wow. That's crazy. Am I going crazy or is that early?
Let me just get this out of the way. Luke, first of all, welcome to the show. Thank you. We can have you.
I might actually watch that.
I'm going to watch it too. I mean, I've watched golf as well. But I mean, the only way, Rodgers is going to win another Super Bowl is he rides Brady's coattails, in the NFL. So I just thought I would throw that out there. Just thought.
Is that crazy or aren't NBA awards later? Like second, early third round?
Yeah, I don't really know. I feel like the NFL awards are made a bigger deal.
That might be why. I don't know. That's crazy.
I don't know.
I'm going Defensive Player of the Year first rather than Most Improved or like Sixth Man. Like I feel like when you're ranking awards, Defensive Player of the Year is like it's up there. I think it's probably there with Coach of the Year.
That is kind of weird to me.
Yeah.
Well, Coach of the Year was what? Monty Williams won like the Coach of the Year, right?
Yeah, like the coaches poll on just them voting.
Mm-hmm. Yo, Josh, by the way, I finally shaved after a while, bro. I feel like it's looking
I've low-key been considering chopping the beard off, like completely.
Bro, I was disappointed because I was finally like getting it. Like right here. It's just not full enough.
Yeah, that's
it's just not full enough, but the hairs are there.
Mm-hmm. Give them time. Gotta give them time. How are you doing, Connie?
We're all right. I'm excited, Josh. This is the week I finally make my my Hudson Valley Renegades debut.
Hey.
I was supposed to debut Thursday doing some camera for them, but I got a text on Easter, the holy day, from the guy in charge. Said, "Listen, you want to do graphics on Wednesday?" I said, "Put me in, coach.
Put me in.
Put me in." So your boy gonna hit up the graphics on Wednesday now.
What does this mean? Graphics? Like, what are you
you
like
know
the
how,
pop
like,
up after a home run?
Yeah,
Like
okay. Like, when a batter comes up and that little graphic pops up with their stuff. Yeah, that's me. That's me.
Where can we watch these games? Because I want to be like my boy Connie just did
that. That's a great question because I have no idea.
Damn, I hope they're on ESPN Plus or something because I'm gonna tune in.
That
like,
I highly doubt. We're a little single A team, Joe. Don't get your hopes up. It's not even triple A, just a little single A team. But I don't know. I'll have to find it out for you. I highly doubt you'll actually be able to watch it unless you're
probably more of a radio game. You listen to that.
You never know. I think that they have a pregame show that's on like Facebook. I mean, hey, listen, you have Facebook. I don't. Go on Facebook, look up the Hudson Valley Renegades. They might be able to tell you everything.
Doing it right now. Hudson Valley?
Hudson Valley. Oh, yeah. Anybody want to come stalk me? Feel free. I highly doubt anybody does, so it's okay. But yeah, so I'm making my debut Wednesday instead of Thursday. I also just found out that the manager at my job, well, I currently, at good old Hannaford's cutting fruit, the store manager that I despise is leaving. So I'm very happy about that.
Nice.
I got a month of school left. I got about 2 months before I'm out on the beach with a drink in hand with the squad. There's a lot of countdowns going on in my head, Josh. There's a lot of countdowns.
I feel you,
man. So I'm counting down school, counting down till this vacay.
I think I might have found where to watch it.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Well, listen, if you watch Wednesday and there's any graphic mess ups,
I'm gonna screen record it. I got it.
See, Josh, but see, here's the thing, Josh. Here's the thing. You gotta let me explain, right? You ready for this? So he showed us what graphics does on our orientation. At my orientation, I believe, what was it, Saturday I did? Yeah, I think it was Saturday. So he showed us like the computer, all that, right? And he goes, yeah, like, the first game, you probably won't do it by yourself, obviously, because like nobody knows how to, like, you guys haven't done it yet, and like we'll have somebody with you. But the thing is, like, the guy that was supposed to do it obviously can't do it, which is why I'm doing it. So like, does that mean I'm doing it by myself, which is what I was told I wouldn't be doing? Because I've got no training on this. This is
so you're going in blind. You just
Stevie Wondering.
That's crazy. If nobody talks to you at all, like you just show up and the game starts.
Like, hey, listen, buddy, we need you to run graphics tonight. I'm gonna say, listen.
How?
Yeah.
How?
I'm a little concerned, but in my head, I think I know what's gonna happen, because apparently there's also a replay thing right next to the graphic department where like it's basically like live editing. Where like something will happen in the broadcast, you'll like clip it, and then you can like send it to the other computer so that they can put it up on the live broadcast, right? Very technical stuff, behind the scenes work that nobody actually cares about, but makes your life better as a viewer. And apparently last year, the guy who did replay would also do graphics. And this year they made it 2 separate jobs because they want to do a lot more graphics. So it's a lot, more in tune, which of course, just my luck. The year that they want to do more graphics is the year that I got to try and learn anyway.
So I'm hoping more graphics. Let's get this guy.
I'm hoping that the replay guy next to me is also going to not do it, but be like, hey, listen, stupid. This is how you're supposed to do it. And I'll be like, okay. So maybe, hopefully, by about the 3rd or 4th inning, we'll be all right.
All right, yeah. No, I'm definitely gonna have to watch that thing. I just want to see if like a graphic comes up late or it's the wrong batter.
Yeah, all of a sudden it'll be like the logo for the other team, but the home team is bad. There is potential for disaster.
Hey, but it's day one. Day one.
That's what I'm saying. Brand new, fresh out the box.
Right.
And then Thursday I'm on camera, which also a little confusing because he kind of said, when the batter's facing you, you follow him. But if there's also a play that happens, you should switch to that.
Wait, what?
So like if I'm on third base as a lefty batter, if he hits a double, I'm supposed to follow him around the bases. But I guess if there's a play at home, I'm supposed to switch back at home. Yeah, a little confusing.
So is this like You said you were third base, Cam? That's what you're doing?
I believe Thursday I'm third base camera, yes.
So you get to sit. Are you in like that chair where you're
No,
moving it?
we're up in the stands. I thought I was next to the dugout like in the pros.
Yeah, that's what I imagine.
Yeah, no. I was very excited if I was in the dugout because I was gonna start schmoozing. I was hey, listen, you don't know me. I don't know you yet. But I got a couple pods,
You see me on the cam.
You
see
know,
me on the cam.
I'm just, or a couple podcasts. I'll make sure your highlights look. I'll focus a little extra on you if you come on the show. And by the way, if anybody from the Renegades is watching right now, I would not actually do that because I would never, the integrity of the job more important. But I would definitely smooth my way into a signed baseball. I believe like the number 4 Yankee prospect is on this team.
Okay.
I think that's where he's ranked. Austin Wells, one of the catchers. I'm a little upset. The number 1 Yankee prospect, I think he's like a top 10 prospect in all of baseball, was on the team last year, Anthony Volpe, but I didn't work there last year.
Damn.
I missed him by just a year. Man was like the single A player of the year and all that. Batted like 300 something. A little disappointed. A little sad, but it's okay. Listen, enough of me. We'll get that out of the way. We'll see how it goes. I'll let everybody know next week. All right, but we'll get in to what we're actually here for, some sports things, and that would be starting off with a little UFC. And Josh, we're kind of gonna do not a what if type of situation, but how about a maybe? Yeah, because we're gonna do with what fights do you still want to see that haven't happened yet? Now, Josh, I'm gonna be real honest here. There's potential that I'm dumb and say some things that have already happened because, well, I'm a casual watcher here. But I know one that has not happened yet that I still want to see. And I'll start it off with this. Listen, just give me John. Just give me John and Mr. Now I can't think of his name.
Adesanya?
Nope, not Adesanya.
Ngannou? Gone?
Yes. Thank you. Give me Ngannou and John. Listen, it could go very bad for John, who I love. Because Ngannou, well, let me tell you something. That's a big guy. Big man.
Oh, yeah.
But I want to see it so bad. John is so good. He was always quick. He could always... He had that reach advantage, everything like that. So a quick John with that reach advantage... in heavyweight, and he gets to bulk up a little bit more. Maybe he got some more knockout power or something in him. Could you imagine the internet if either one of them got knocked out, though?
Yeah.
I don't mean like a TKO, because I barely consider a TKO a knockout, by the way. Barely. It is.
Depends. Some are different than others, but...
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Yeah. But let me tell you something. If Ngannou lands a nice little right, and
Absolutely.
I mean, the internet would be just astonishing.
No, absolutely. And like you were saying, when I was doing my research for this, came across a couple interesting things, which probably aren't too interesting for big time UFC viewers. That probably know this and they're like, yeah, what do you expect? But if you had to take a guess, when the last time John Jones fought,
what year is it? 2022. I would say 2019.
His last fight was February 8th, 2020, UFC 247.
And what are we up to now? About 268?
We just did 273.
Oh, Jesus.
And he's still the number 7th pound-for-pound fighter in the world. It's been over 2 years, and he's ahead of Poirier, Figueiredo, Brandon Moreno, Aljamain Sterling. I mean, that's crazy that he's that good.
Something, Josh. Let me tell you something. And I still feel disrespected that he's 7.
Right.
Still
surprisingly, Max Holloway is above him. Max Holloway.
Did he just get married?
I don't know.
I believe I saw that on Twitter. I always mix up Max Holloway and somebody else, though. Oh, I can't remember who it is. And I don't even think they look the same. I just think I'm that dumb that I do it. It's Max Holloway.
Tony Ferguson?
Yes.
Me too, honestly. When you said that, I was I don't know what it is about them.
I have no idea. I mean, they really don't look alike at all.
belt. Max is tatted out. Like
even right now, I can't picture what either one of them look like. Hold on, let me do this. Max Holloway.
Well, I also want to see John Jones fight, but I want to see. The Ngannou fight would be very good, make a lot of money for them. But I want to see Adesanya, John Jones and Adesanya or John Jones and Cyril Gane. I feel like those get like Ngannou and John Jones. John Jones is great, but that's just a weight thing, bro. That's just to hit the weight room, man. Like I don't think that'd be a problem for Ngannou. I think he could eat punches from John Jones. I'm not saying John Jones couldn't knock him out, but I think Ngannou would get
one of those little sharp elbows that John has.
That would be nice, like in the clinch or something. That'd be nasty. But I'd want to see him fight Adesanya or Gane. I think that would be more.
Well, Josh, I mean, I know we're doing what ifs, but apparently, I mean, I saw this in the UFC chat that we have in the good old unwrap. That Dana's thinking John Jones and Stipe makes sense for the summer.
Ooh, I really like that. John Jones, Stipe.
I mean, hey, you want to see where you're at in life?
It's been a
former two-time champ.
Yeah, I don't see. This is the worst part of the working of the candidate. But I feel like the worst part about the UFC is when like a champ like isn't the champ anymore, like Stipe's situation. And Gane came in, he got knocked out, he got slept again.
Got folded.
If he has to go against John Jones this summer and get slept again, bro, like I just hate seeing like same way Daniel Cormier went out, Stipe was sleeping up. Like it just sucks because they're so good, but their time's come. And they just keep getting these tough fights. Like John Jones, a Gadu after your prime, that's tough. But another fight that I kind of want to see, like, well, actually, last week we were talking about Volkanovski might be number 1 pound for pound. He actually jumped ahead of Adesanya for number 2.
Oh,
pound for pound wise. So Usman and Volkanovski are 1 and 2 right now. But I want to see someone from the Oliveira, I think they're lightweight, jump down to featherweight. Like I want to see Conor versus Volkanovski. I want to see Michael Chandler versus Volkanovski. Dustin Poirier. If Gaethje loses, let him go after Volkanovski. Like, bro, I would love to see those guys.
Wait, who's number 1? Usman?
In pound for pound?
Yeah.
Yeah. Usman, Volkanovski, Adesanya.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to see someone go after Volkanovski. I don't think anyone else in his division that's like there right now ranked would be able to do it.
Bitch got wiped out.
But Conor, Michael Chandler, Dustin Poirier, Gaethje, those guys might give him a run for his money. And featherweight fights at 155 and lightweight's at like 145, or the names are flipped. I don't know, but it's only a 10-pound difference. So I think they could all three cut down to Volkanovski.
Now, this is another, question that most people would know, but I don't. Now, when people have catch weight fights, what exactly is that?
I think that's more or less like either someone like when Adesanya went up to fight Jan Blachowicz, I think just because of the weight difference, they give a little bit more leeway. I think that's all like catch weight, or it's when you come into a fight late, like when whoever fought recently, when they went in, it was Nurmagomedov when his guy dropped out, I think. And a guy stepped up. I think they do catch weight for that because there's just not enough time to really get to the weight. But I'm not 100% sure. I could be completely wrong there, but I think that's kind of what catch weight is. Like the limit is kind of leeway-ish.
That's fair.
Yeah, but a lot of other. I was thinking women's division, and I couldn't remember if Amanda Nunes and Valentina Shevchenko had fought before. I'm pretty sure they have. And I can't remember if they did or didn't. But if that fight hasn't happened, would love to see that. Or Amanda Nunes or Rose or Valentina fighting some guy. Because I just want them to prove, like, hey, just because it's the women's division doesn't mean these aren't
did beat Valentina.
Okay, so they have
that. By a decision, though.
But yeah, I want to see.
That was all the way back UFC. Oh, they've actually fought twice. Because that was UFC 215, and it was Nunes Shevchenko too.
Damn, so they go wait. See, me and Con didn't start watching UFC until
No.
past couple since the show started, basically. So
Yeah,
we don't go all the way back.
Definitely have never seen anything that low in my life.
Nah, never seen the early 200s of the UFC.
No,
Did not witness those.
not
But I mean,
unless it was on YouTube. Definitely did not.
yeah, unless it's a highlight, don't know it. Or I want to see one of the top women's champs like fight a male fighter, like just to be like, yeah, they only fight women, but I'm sure they could kick ass in a lot of
that'd be
divisions,
crazy.
like a lot of guys in some divisions. That'd be crazy to see
would
Amanda
be.
Nunes or Rose giving at least 3 straight guys head kicks for KOs. Like she's killing people. But yeah, those are the fights I really want to see. This past weekend, there was a fight. Bilal Muhammad fought Vicente Luque. Didn't even put it on the dock last week because if you've watched Bilal Muhammad fight, you know he's going to win, and it's going to be the most boring 5 rounds you've ever seen in your entire life because he just gets on top of him and doesn't let him go. He wins, but it's so boring.
I'm sorry, and I know it's the most casual take ever, and it's wrong. It's wrong. I know it's wrong. But control on the ground having something meaning so much is so stupid to me.
Yeah.
Like I know it's because you're not letting them up and you're dominating them, whatever. But bro, if I'm just laying on top of you, am I really doing something?
Right. Yeah.
Like I'm not even punching you in the face, just dead laying there.
Yeah. Sucks. Like, Jessica Andrade fights this weekend too.
Ooh, does she?
I'm not sure who her opponent is, but Jessica Andrade is she throws hands, bro.
Listen, I'm all for. I really do love the UFC now. Big UFC guy now. One of the biggest there is. Not as big as I am in the milk as the UFC, because I'm still the biggest milk guy out there.
Milk UFC. Like
it's not. I mean, it's not even close.
Quite a gap.
Close. Because we all know that it's goated, and not goat milk, just goated.
Milk in general.
I don't think I've ever tried goat milk though.
You might have accidentally. Yeah, I always wonder that when I drink milk. Like, how do I know?
You know what I did, Josh, one time? You know what I did, bro? My nan, right, always buys whole milk. And sometimes, if there's not that much left, she puts it into like a little skinny tube thing, like, whatever. Who cares? And Lily, what's going on? Nice to have you in the chat as always. She puts it in like these little, Tupperware things, right? Well,
Josh, Tupperware or tube? Like, what are we talking?
It's like it's kind of like a Tupperware glass almost. It's like it's plastic, but it's
okay. Actually, I think I know what you mean.
But it has like a thing on top, and she usually puts it in there, right? Well, one day I was in her fridge looking for some milk, as one does. Drank it, whole thing. Later on, she was like, "Yo, where's my half and half?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, in this thing there was half and half. I said, "Oh, I thought that was milk. I drank it."
I have a question. So when she said, "Where's my half and half?" was it like you and your brother were in the room? She was asking both, or she knew right away, like Anthony just drank my milk because he's the only one.
No. Whenever milk goes missing, I am the culprit.
They're just like, all right, Anthony.
Oh yeah. Listen, we just had a beautiful Easter, dinner. Beautiful prime rib, potatoes, some chicken cutlet.
Ooh.
I didn't indulge in the asparagus. I'm fat. Look at me. Come on. Some, a nice charcuterie board. Yeah, we're going fancy. Some
what
cheese.
What does asparagus taste like? Because I've never had it.
I think I've tried it once. I didn't hate it.
I don't even think it's ever even been at a dinner where I'm
interesting.
I don't think I've ever seen an asparagus.
No asparagus guy, huh?
No, not a big asparagus guy. Definitely not. But I've also, Easter for my whole life has just been an Easter egg hunt, and then we just go home. That's just always what it's been.
Oh no, Easter prime rib. My nan was deciding between prime rib and lamb chop. By the way, if you've never had
that is a tough decision.
You ever had lamb chop, Josh?
I have had lamb chop.
Big lamb guy too.
Very good. Prime rib.
Oh, the prime rib. To die for. You'd slap a stranger for it. I'm telling you. But like I said, my cousin's there too. I think she's like 2 years old. No, 4 years older than me. No, she's 3 years older than me because I think she's a year younger than my brother, and my brother's 4 years older than me. Anyway, she decided to drink some milk too. We ran out of milk. Had to go to the gas station and get more milk. Had to.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So it's a tough life out there sometimes. Listen, Josh, we covered UFC. How about we go to a new thing, huh? Well, not really new, but it's trying to go up again. The USFL. And Josh, I hate to tell you, buddy, saw this on the doc. I didn't watch a single second of USFL.
Connie, you didn't watch any football? Football was back, and you said, miss me with that.
Willie said, run to Quick Trip and get some milk. What the hell is that?
It's like a gas station kind of convenience store.
Interesting. We go to the one next to my nan's is Cumberland Farms. You got one of those?
We got Thornton's and Casey's here.
See, never in my life have I heard of that.
Really? Because I've never heard of whatever you just said.
Oh yeah, we got Cumberland Farms. You got any Stewart's by you?
No, we got Quick and Easy's.
You got no Stewart's gas stations.
Nah.
And you know what the craziest part is? It's a gas station. Some of the best ice cream you'll ever have.
Damn, bro.
Stewart's ice cream, fantastic.
For the hundreds of miles from here, all you'll see is Thornton's and Casey's.
We got no Sunoco.
Never even heard of it. See, man, these names are foreign to me.
Are you dead ass?
No, I'm serious. Casey's, Thornton's, Shell, Quick and Easy. That's crazy.
I am always very intrigued by people that live in different places. Because, like, in my head, I've only ever seen certain things, so I think it's everywhere.
Right.
Like, do you even have a Hannaford's?
Don't even know what that is.
How about a Stop and Shop?
I've heard of it, but we don't have one of those.
Any ShopRites?
No. Are these grocery stores? Are these grocery stores?
Oh yeah, those are all grocery stores.
We got Walmart. We got Aldi. We got Aldi.
Oh, we have an Aldi's?
Kroger's?
Nah, I can't. I don't think we got a Kroger.
Actually, our Kroger's just shut down recently. But you know something cool about my town? We have the world's largest covered wagon.
I don't even know where to begin with that.
Well, we have a Guinness World Record just sitting in our town, right in front of the bowling alley.
Well, you said a Quick Trip has a chokehold on Wisconsin gas stations. Or in Wisconsin, we have Pick and Save or Piggly Wiggly.
That is not real. That is not real. That is fake. No. There's not like a franchise of convenience stores named Piggly Wiggly.
Shop the Pig.
Get out of my face with that, bro. That's not real.
Lily, Josh simply just doesn't believe you.
Piggly Wiggly? No.
That is a bold
I'm looking
name.
it up because it's probably real and I need to see what they look like.
Nah, that's bold.
Piggly
I mean,
Wiggly.
I'm trying to think of other things we got around here. You know, I'm gonna say pause before I even say this. Gonna say pause because I this is genuinely the name. Got any BJ's over there?
Got any BJ's?
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of place is that.
It's like a Whole Food store, but it's kind of like a wholesale.
I think I've heard of it, but we don't have one now. No, we don't have anything here. I guess.
Interesting. See, but you're lucky. You said you got like Chick-fil-A around you. And
it's
stuff,
really a place.
Piggly Wiggly.
I've been to Wisconsin too, and I've never seen a Piggly Wiggly. But
can't say I've ever been to Wisconsin.
Yeah, we got a Popeyes and Chick-fil-A. But my town is like surrounded.
Really wants to know where in Wisconsin you've been.
I don't know. It was for football. I think we're in Milwaukee, but it was for football. It was like real quick. I wasn't there for long. But we drove through and I never saw a Piggly Wiggly.
Now, is the logo a pig?
It was a pig. It was like a cartoon pig, kind of like look a little bit like Looney Tunes.
Ah, big Looney Tunes guy back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Nah, you know what I was a big guy of? Baby Looney Tunes.
Yes,
like
dude. Yes.
Like the old grandma.
Yeah, and they're all in the house. Yes,
oh,
dude. That was
God.
Shit.
There were so many shows back in the day. What happened?
I don't know, man.
Now I'm watching Coco Melon.
They just gave up, man.
They did give up. I will say though, I do give credit to people that come up with new movie ideas because
for real.
I've thought about it. I'm like, bro, how has every idea ever not been taken?
Yeah, It probably
I'm
has.
waiting another like 10 years until we get like 35 COVID movies.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Bluey's Ayo Bluey. Is that a show or a place?
Ayo Bluey.
Nah, I don't know. See,
That's a line from a movie. That's not a thing.
Just Bluey. I'm gonna look up Bluey right now because I don't know what it is.
Bluey. No.
What is this? Australia? Is this a children's television series? It's a kid show with Australian cattle dogs. Yeah, I'll listen. I've gone over this before, but I will still continue to say that the most underrated show of our childhood was Cat Scratch.
Was what?
Cat Scratch.
Don't know what that is.
See, that's disgusting.
Cat Scratch. I'm looking it up.
Bro, it's the 3 cats that live in a mansion.
If I see them, I might know it.
I believe one was British.
Oh, yeah, I know this show. Yes, that show is so good.
Cat Scratch was
so
back in the day, bro.
Yeah. Oh, I never knew that show by name, though. It would just be on TV, and I'd watch that shit. But that show
yes, Lily. See, I'm telling you, Cat Scratch was so good. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
That's
kids.
Goated.
We got Billy and Mandy. We had Cat Dog.
Codename Kids Next Door.
Codename Kids Next Door. I mean, I was a big Rugrats guy back in the day.
I wasn't a big Rugrats guy.
Big Rugrats guy.
I was a big Dora guy. That's what I was.
See? Couldn't get into Dora.
Dora was my shit, man.
Does that mean you were also a Go Diego Go guy?
I was not. I was very far against Go Diego Go. I hated that shit, not gonna lie.
And no crossovers. Didn't work.
No, it was Dora or I'm out.
Lily said, okay, but if someone's with young nieces and nephews, it's fun to find the good shows they're making nowadays. I can imagine. Big Blues Clues gal, she says. I was a big Blues Clues guy.
I wouldn't say I was big, but I tuned in. I wasn't big in it, though. But I feel like the reason we hate on shows today is
I think there's one thing we can all agree on. One thing. If you can't agree that the scariest show ever growing up was Courage the Cowardly Dog, you're capping. You're lying to yourself.
That show is terrifying, bro.
Listen, I'll be real with you. I still don't know if I could watch it by myself right now.
There's certain, but every show kind of has that episode.
Like no, but it wasn't that episode. It was every single one.
It was every episode, but I feel like every show had that episode where you're like, yeah, I didn't watch that one. Like the what was it? SpongeBob's the hash
slinging slasher.
I could not watch that one, bro. I could not. I'd be scared.
SpongeBob will always be undefeated. Listen, this is gonna get me in trouble.
They're still going, right?
This is gonna get me in trouble. I love SpongeBob. Still a tad overrated.
I don't think it's like hands down undisputed the best kids show ever. Like that's I can't agree.
I'm not saying it's bad. Yeah. I'm just on the tad overrated side of things.
I wouldn't call it overrated. Well, I don't know. It's tough because it's just so iconic. I feel like that's the issue with it now.
It is. And don't even get me started on Hannah Montana and Wizards of Waverly Place and
the early Disney Channel.
No. But the thing that was always the best were the Disney Channel games every year.
Yes,
remember those?
There wasn't X Games that they called it.
No.
It was just Disney Channel games.
I think it was called the Disney Channel games.
But not gonna lie, what was it? What was the other Disney Channel? Disney DX.
Disney XD.
Disney XD. Man, Zeke and Luther. That was my shit.
I loved Zeke and Luther. Got a dip crew playing. Crew was playing. Have fun. Lily, thank you for stopping by as always. Pleasure. Family Guy over everything, huh?
In terms of I'm a big American Dad guy.
Oh, see, you lost me. I can't get into it.
Big American Dad guy. Man.
Is that the one with the alien?
Yeah.
Yeah, he pisses me off.
You don't like it?
Not a fan.
Not a fan of. Wow. Okay.
Nah. Can't do it. I'll
Roger's
definitely
the goat, man. He does impressions and.
Nah, I'll take Stewie and Brian.
I don't know, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone would. Like American Dad would not win that argument, but I'm on American.
How do we feel about South Park?
I used to love it. Don't really love it anymore.
See, I was never a fan.
Really? We used to have the box set, and I remember I wasn't allowed to watch it.
I will say, I still think the funniest thing I've ever seen in an animated cartoon show is the one where they curse in the classroom and Cartman with the teacher.
Oh yeah.
That is still one of the funniest things I've ever watched in my entire life.
I
He
wasn't
said,
allowed
"How
to
would
watch
you
it.
like to go to the principal's office? How would you like to suck my balls, Mr. Everything?"
Cartman's the
Nah,
goat, man. Cartman's for sure the goat.
fantastic. Listen, that was a tangent. USFL, Josh, you watched it. I didn't. I did see some highlights of it. I also saw the thing today where the dude got cut from the team
That
apparently
was such
for
bullshit, bro.
yeah, that was
That is such bullshit.
because he was rude or something, but it was also because man chose chicken salad over pizza apparently. But how do you feel about everything, Josh? I will say the one thing I don't like, and this also might be a hot take. That stupid drone is annoying. It's stupid. It is dumb. I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the drone. I get trying things out, but I don't think trying out every other camera angle was the way you should have kicked it off.
No.
I mean, they got. I don't hate the camera in the player's helmet though. I don't hate that.
That's good.
The pick six. That was pretty dope to see in
And
PLV.
listen, I also like the little tennis vibe they give off with the first downs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, instead of having the chain gang, they just have the electronic thing like tennis does.
Yeah. No, and I also think like it'll never happen in the NFL, but how they have the coaches mic'd up and you can listen to it live, listen to play calls live. Love that. It'd be so cool to see teams on the sidelines doing that. Like that'd be the best. But they'll never do that. But I really like it. A lot of people are complaining that like it's not as good as NFL. Like I don't get what you expected then. Like that's all I see. People are like, well, they're just not as good. Like no shit, bro.
Like going to a Chili's and asking why you're not getting Michelin 5-star restaurant food.
Yeah, for real. Like you get what you asked for. This is a spring league for guys that are trying to get to the league. A handful of these guys will be at training camp. Like 10 full rosters, like 7 or 8 of them are going to be at training camp.
And one of them might make it in the league.
Yeah, one of them might get a 1-year deal. So, I mean, I like it, but I didn't watch all full games. I watched the close ones, but I did watch the Michigan Panthers game because I'm a big Shea Patterson guy and also got to watch Paxton Lynch throw it straight to the defense again.
Yeah, I watched some Pat McAfee show, and he said that it was ugly.
Yeah, it's not pretty, but I really like it. I think it's got potential. I think it's something the NFL should want to keep around so you don't have to experiment in your own preseason with new rules or new things. You could just try it out in the spring league and see how it likes. So I like it, but
he didn't like it too.
Yeah, but
that was the war of approval.
Yeah, the heater tends to like random things just throughout the show. So, yeah, but that guy getting cut because he asked for a slice of pizza because he doesn't like chicken salad, man. Get out of my face with that. Get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah, the coach was annoying too. He was like,
this is line 46. It clearly says
this is a business. Shut up.
Yeah,
really.
That was bullshit. I mean, you're gonna cut him over pizza? Like this guy's trying to make a career.
Who do you steal pizza from? Jesus?
And like that's the crazy thing. Like when he was explaining it, he was like, "I told them I don't eat chicken salad. I asked for one slice of pizza." He didn't ask for them to order a pizza or give him the whole box. He's like, "Can I get one slice?" And they're like, "Yeah, you're out. You're done."
Yeah, and I was not in love with that.
Yeah, I just don't like the way the coach was acting like they're the Patriots or something.
Oh yeah, no. He thought that he was the coolest thing.
Like this is Alabama. Like no, bro.
Like, I'm telling you right now, when that clip came out, he was like, "Yo, everybody is gonna think I am a badass for this," and everybody's like,
"Not really, man." Yeah,
kind of an idiot. Yes. But yeah, I don't know. It just, Josh, you know what I think it is a little bit. It's the fact that I don't feel like getting invested in something and then it failing.
Yeah,
like
I get that.
Like I low-key tried the USFL before, and I also tried the XFL a little bit, which both of them I believe were doing pretty well before COVID hit.
Yeah.
But like if I had a guarantee it was gonna be around, I'd probably watch. And here's the other thing, and they said it on the McAfee show. When you have bad quarterbacks, football is just not fun to watch. I'm sorry.
It is true.
I'm sorry. Like, and you know what the craziest part is? When there's bad quarterbacks in the NFL. Like we get one of those Jag games, or the old Browns versus whoever. But you watch that and you're like, oh my god, I just watched 3.5 hours.
See, I am in a weird way the exact opposite. I'm like, all right, what if one of these guys has a game and his career is made out of this game? Like,
that's fair, but
that's why I watch.
But here's my point, Josh. Either
has
way,
yet to happen though. Has yet to happen.
Either way, right? If you're like me, we're like, I really watched that. I'm an idiot. Or you're like you're like, oh, maybe something will happen. And then you watch a game like that, you're like, Jesus Christ! I think the worst NFL quarterback right now, worst NFL starting quarterback right now would be the MVP in that league.
Yeah.
Like who's the worst?
Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold would get like
Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Off the Giants, he might throw for 40 touchdowns.
Yeah. I think like when you said games are just boring to watch, like I did watch Jets Jags last year, mainly because I had money on it.
Here's the thing too. So did I. Because and here's the other thing too, Josh. You want to know what? It's the lore. It's the NFL. I have to watch this. There's only so many of them per year. Oh my god!
Like that is true. That gets you.
There's only the 17 games, and like I know I'm gonna miss football when it's going.
I feel like that goes away so quickly though. Week 1 preseason, like the starters come out, and you're like,
oh no, I'm out on preseason. I don't even watch the preseason.
I always get to like through the first quarter, and then I'm like, you know what? I'll wait a couple weeks.
I could never watch the preseason. I don't understand how people do it. I don't understand how people go to the games. No, I can never do it. But
have you ever been to like a preseason game or like a training camp
never
day
been to
or
a
anything?
football game, nothing.
I went to a Bears training camp one time.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty cool. It was when
Josh, I think the NFL cherry is going to be popped this year though.
What do you mean?
Because last year, like I said last year, big plans to go to the Buck Jet game because I have to see Brady play before he retires. Have to.
Right.
We didn't end up going. Brady retires. I'm sitting there. Oh my god, I missed my chance. Not doing it this time. Listen, I'm either going to Carolina when they play the Panthers.
Yeah, you would go to that game. You would.
Why not?
You would pick that game.
Or I'm flying down to Tampa and seeing because I think they played the Jets and maybe the Giants last year. No, they couldn't have played both. I doubt. But I know they played the Jets last year, so they're not playing them again. And I don't think they play the Giants this year, so they ain't coming to New York. So I'm flying somewhere.
So you're just like, you know what? The closest, Carolina.
I mean, the parents got the condo there.
Well, that just makes it even worse because you have reason to be there, but that would be a bad show. I would not enjoy that.
You wouldn't enjoy me going to my first game?
I would not enjoy you going to see your favorite player of all time beat the shit out of my team in my team's stadium when I've never even been there. That would not be something I'd enjoy talking about.
I mean, hey, maybe you calm down, Josh. Stay for
I'm going to try to go to a Panthers game this year. I was wanting to go a couple years ago when they played the Bears because it was really close, but wound up not doing it.
Listen, come down to the condo. We'll stay for the weekend.
No, I'm probably gonna have to. It's gonna have to be close because I've never been on a plane. I'm actually scared of planes, so it'll probably be a drive.
See, Josh, I've been on a plane a couple times. Still terrifies me.
Yeah.
I'm flying down to the condo in a couple months. For that 2-week vacation I planned. Still, I'm already nervous about it. You feel
Final
me?
Destination kind of ruined.
Yeah, not even that. Working at the airport, man. I've seen some things.
Jesus.
A couple. I turn it on. I'm like, are you sure?
you sure you did that?
Hey, listen, I'm telling you right now, if they say we have a maintenance problem, we're just waiting for it to be fixed, I'm leaving.
I'm leaving. Open the doors, man.
Send another plane.
Yeah, get me out.
I'll walk. I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Hell no.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I hope the USFL does work, and I hope the XFL works as well. Because you're right about the one thing where it's instead of just trying them in the preseason or something like that, you can literally try it in these leagues. I mean, we see it with the MLB right now. They're doing everything that they test out is in the minors. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in single A they're trying like a pitch clock, and I believe the first game with the pitch clock happened a couple days ago, and I think the game was like 2 hours and 50 minutes. Which, I mean, that for a baseball game, that's very like I sit down in front of the TV waiting for the Yankees to play. I'm probably locked in 7 to 10:30 minimum.
Right.
So for a 2 hour and 50-minute game, you shaved off 40 minutes. That's not small. Like if there was a pitch clock and the game went from 3 hours and 30 minutes to 3 hours and 25, I'd be like, really, bro, just get rid of the clock. Like I can do an extra 5 minutes. My dumb self already sat down for the other 3 and 25.
Right.
But I mean, a 40-minute shave off?
Yeah.
That's a lot of time.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's going to be interesting to see. I also just kind of wish they just made it 7-on-7. Like, I get O lineman and D lineman needs, a place for exposure too. But if you just – and also, I don't get why the quarterback, group – there are other quarterbacks that are not in the league right now that are also young that were much better in college, and people would much rather watch those guys.
Josh, do you think there is any chance that people forego college and go here? Because I think that's what I think that they're praying for. Because
I don't know.
Because the USFL is linked with the NFL, or is it the XFL? Because one of them –
the USFL is. The USFL
it is the USFL? Because like I said, I know that one of them is linked and it's supposed to be like a bridge and they're supposed to work together. I think if I was to pick either one of them, I think that's the one that'll work more than whatever other one is. Because if you have any sort of backing from the NFL, you automatically get the credibility because you're like, oh,
right,
maybe I can watch this guy and then he'll be on my favorite team, or maybe I can watch this rule in the USFL, XFL, and then it'll be in the NFL. So I feel like that the backing of whatever league it is automatically gets the credibility. But I really do wonder if there ever is that point where it's like, oh, that's a better choice for me than going to college, because it's weird for the NFL, and I think it would only more happen in college, because college, it's bro, in the NBA you literally have to go to college for a semester. Literally one. In college football, you have to go for 3 years.
Yeah.
So do you want to play 3 years of the USFL, or do you want to go to college and you can actually earn a degree? So in case something doesn't work out, you at least have that to fall back on. Or you just you know what, screw it, I'm going to go to the USFL. Maybe they'll pay me more than I would ever get from an NIL in college, and then go from there. Or I also wonder, another potential thing, can you play in the USFL 1 year? A college sees you that maybe that didn't see you before, offers you a full ride, and then you can go play there.
It's kind of crazy. I don't know, MLB, you can go straight from high school, right?
Yeah, you can get. I mean, it's never going to happen, but you can get drafted.
You get single A, then you go to single A, and you just you're in the farm system basically.
You can, but realistically, if they wanted to, you could get drafted out of college, or you could get drafted out of high school and go play majors right now. There's no wait time. It's just the fact that, listen, if you take a high school kid and put in the MLB, he's going 0 for 35 before he even hits a foul ball.
It is kind of crazy how the NFL is the only sport where it's no, you got to be becoming a grown man to be in this league.
Think it's because they think somebody's going to get killed, and I don't, and I'm weirdly saying that being serious.
No, definitely.
I really think that they're scared that they're going to put some high school kid in there, and he's going to get rocked and he's going to die.
Because if you go back and look, most of because there's so many schools, high schools in the world. Obviously, this goes for every sport, but football wise, if you had Najee Harris and Derrick Henry in high school, when you get one of those guys, it's so easy for them. 300 yards a game, no problem.
Yeah, so Derrick Henry was I think Derrick Henry averaged 300 yards.
Yeah, no, him and Najee Harris have the most insane highlight tapes of high school I've ever seen. So I get why, because they're so confident, they're so used to competition below them. If they were to go straight from a guy like me to, Bobby Wagner coming down and cracking them, I could see how that could be a problem, because they don't know how to handle hits like that. They don't know where to place themselves. So going to a school and kind of playing against guys who play against in the future, I get that. But also, I think if quarterbacks were allowed to go to the USFL or XFL or whichever one, college would hate, like college coaches and all them would hate that so much because it would give them less like opportunities to go get a 5-star. Like Alabama's probably got like 3 5-star quarterbacks on their roster right now. If one of them knew they could just go play for a little bit in the XFL and then go straight to the league, they'd probably do that. So I think, I don't know, it'll be interesting because the XFL could also teach them what college teaches them about football. They're like, the skill level's different. Like those are guys trying to get to the league too. So it'll be interesting to see. I like the USFL. I like how it's gone so far.
Yeah, I'll probably, because I mean, it debuted on Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was I doing Saturday? Well, actually, I work Saturdays, and then actually, that's what it was. I work Saturdays, and then I had the orientation for the Renegades.
Mm-hmm.
So I really didn't do anything, and then there was game Sunday, right?
Yeah.
And well, listen, that was Easter dinner, and plus I watched all of the NBA games. Well, I shouldn't really say watched. I'm more like they were on my TV, and I will look up every once in a while. But I watched the ending of the Nets game very.
I'm more of a, because I'll like have a game on, or I'll have the score on like another tab, and if it's close late, I turn it on and pay attention.
Absolutely,
exactly. But for the most part, like I'm gonna let the game develop, because if it's a 30-point blowout at halftime,
Hawks.
I'm not gonna tune in. Yeah, like that Hawks game, turned it on, turned it off. Like it wasn't
like that Hawks game. I only put on during commercial breaks of the Yankee game.
But then you kind of mess up because the Bulls look like they were in the same spot. I turned that game off, wound up being a close game towards the end.
Yeah, you know the craziest part is that's fun and all. I still only watch the last 10 minutes of the game because that's when it actually matters.
Yeah. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, man. We've seen these players play all year and for years for most of them, so we don't got to watch them play for 3 quarters.
See, my problem is, I'll save it. Because we're going to talk about the NBA a lot. We're going to go. Oh, wait, no, you got a game. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
So how about we do this little game here, and then we'll go into our break. Then we'll get into the NBA, because I do have a thought on why I'm still, even though it's playoffs, not locked into the NBA. And by the way, the business, we call that a tease.
These ranks, and obviously listeners, viewers, make sure you tell us how you would rank these guys also, so we can compare them. And we're going with quarterbacks.
Ooh.
We're going with some of the best to see how you really feel. Josh Allen.
Oh, yeah.
Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
Kyler Murray.
Oh, yeah.
Lamar Jackson.
Uh-huh.
Justin Herbert. And you're ranking, you can't just be Justin Herbert because like this is who you want on your team, but you can't let age impact it that much. Justin Herbert's only 2 years in. All these guys are relatively young, so.
All right, so let's – okay.
But it's who you want on your team and who's better, kind of. Like if you had to pick a quarterback, who you want now.
All right, you know what, Josh? Give me a – let me hear the list again, because I won't remember all the names. I'm stupid.
Josh
I know
Allen.
it was Allen, Mahomes,
Kyler.
Oh, hold on. Kyler.
Lamar Jackson.
Okay, Lamar.
Justin Herbert.
Then Herbert. Oh, we got a ranking from Perry already. He has Mahomes, Allen, Lamar, Kyler, Herbert. Wow.
That is an interesting list.
Okay, that is. All right. Listen here. This is a hot take, and I still don't care. HG got Mahomes, Allen, Lamar, Herbert, Kyler. Okay. Listen, I would go with Josh 1. I would take him over.
I feel like I am also very good at this game. So.
You are very good, Josh. You're the best.
I got a hell of an arm, bro.
I can imagine. I just think. Listen, in all honesty, I think Mahomes is going to have a longer career. Because I think Allen is going to have that big benefit where he's going to get just bodied because he's a unit.
He's a truck.
He's a unit, bro. Yeah. So like you have to, tackle him low and hit him at the knees type of thing, kind of like what they did to Gronk. But for how athletic he is, the arm he has, I think I would take him 1. And it's very close. and maybe it's a recency bias of that championship game. Even though Mahomes won, I think it's just because he got the ball in overtime, obviously. But obviously Mahomes, I would put 2. I am very interested to see what he's like without Tyreek, though. I'm still very interested in that because you're almost.
I'm not even worried about that, bro.
No,
it's still
I'm not worried. No, I am not worried. But this is the first time he's not living in fantasy world.
That is true.
Do you agree with that at least?
I think it's.
I mean, you come into the NFL and you have Tyreek and Kelsey. Like you've been living in fantasy your entire life.
Right, but he's not. I disagree. I think he's been blessed by having such great receivers, like having a 1 and 2 like that. Beautiful.
Oh no, it is a blessing, but I'm saying
that defense sucked and that O-line sucked up until last year. Like it's been a rotating door for running backs basically too. I mean, it hasn't been picture perfect, but terms of how to start your career,
and Kelsey.
No, he's definitely lucky to have what he started his career with. But I don't know. I know you're not taking it away from how good he is, but other people who would use that to take away from him.
You can't take it away because then you can do the same thing with everybody.
Yeah.
It's like wasn't good. What would Brady be without Gronk? Well, guess what? We don't know because he had him. Like, what do you want me to do? Just erase him off the face of the earth?
Right.
Or what would have I'm trying to think of. Oh my gosh! Who's the commentator for Fox? Actually, ESPN now. Troy Aikman. What's Troy Aikman without Michael Irvin and everybody? Like, guess what? You don't know what somebody is because they had them. What are you going to do? Sometimes it's the luck of the draw. Right. I saw him without Gronk, and he did struggle slightly more. Actually, the Patriots had a better record when Gronk was out. I'm just saying.
But I'm also going to say this, like how you're going to say, like, when people don't have weapons and they're alone, like, what if you gave him this guy? Like, obviously, they'd be better. And I think it works the same way when people are like, we'll take away Gronk, we'll take away Tyreek. It's like, yeah, when you take away one of the best players in the world, they're going to be a little bit worse.
Like, no, exactly. That's why I'm just a little interested in what Mahomes looks like. I don't think it's going to be like all of a sudden he doesn't know how to play football anymore. But this proves Russ is the GOAT, no top wide receiver in his career.
The Legion of Boom.
HG, listen, I tried a couple years ago explaining that he's never had a elite wide receiver, and people threw Tyler Lockett at me. Listen, I love Tyler Lockett. He is not an elite wide receiver. Calm down. So I agree.
Doug Baldwin was. If he didn't retire early, Russ had a nice.
I mean, elite. I feel like that's such a.
No, for his last 2 years, he was.
He was very good. Anyway, listen, back to this. So Allen Mahomes is 1 and 2. I take Allen over Mahomes right now. Listen, is it a hot take? Is it this? Is it that? Whatever. Argue with yourself. Don't care. This is where it gets interesting. And I think I would take Herbert 3. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because he's not the first, but like I was so out on him that he's so good now and that I was so wrong that like I just want him to be good now. Like, and he's a very good player. Josh, you've heard me say I think he's going to win an MVP in the next 2 or 3 years. Like I've said that many times. So the cannon that he has, he can move around a little bit, not quite Allen, kind of more Mahomes, I would say.
But he's sneaky athletic too. He's
sneaky athletic, exactly. But I love Herbert. If they could just figure out how to not lose games on some stupid shit every year, I would have so much more faith. So I would put him 3. I would take Lamar 4, and then Kyler 5. That's not really difficult for me either. Like Kyler's definitely last on this list, and that's not even saying that I think he's bad. I just think that other guys are good. Obviously, I'm lower on Lamar than a lot of people are, but I mean, he won an MVP. He's made it to the playoffs. They were 8-1 last year before everybody got hurt, including him. So he is very good as well. I'm more with, I worry about him if his legs give out. Like if he gets you twist an ankle here and there, he pulls a Carson Wentz, double ankle sprain. I want to see what he looks like as a pocket passer. Like that scares me a little bit. So I would go Allen, Mahomes, Herbert, Lamar, Kyler.
I think 1 and 2 are a lock. I think it's obviously Mahomes and Josh Allen, and I don't think there's really a wrong answer with who you put 1. If you get Josh Allen there, I get it. After watching what he did this last year, I get it. I have Mahomes 1. I just think he's one of the most talented players of all time. I mean, what he's been able to do to start his career, insane. Josh Allen 2. I have Lamar 3rd. I think Lamar, I think it goes like Josh Allen, Mahomes, a gap, not a huge gap, Lamar, and then I think there's a decent gap between Justin Herbert and Kyler. I think Lamar is that good. Just seeing him before his injury and before, even heading into the season, week 1, this team was torn apart by injuries from training camp, and they had a nice start, and that's all due to Lamar. I think he's one of the best dual threats this game has ever seen. I think his throwing has improved each year. I think his decision-making is the one thing I think we're all looking. Accuracy and decision-making is really what we're –
and the fumbles.
Yeah.
Fumbles a lot.
Yeah. Taking care of the football really is what we want to see Lamar do, and I think that'll come with time, but he just has things that you really can't teach or work on. And I think he's right up there with those two guys. Just this past season with the injury, lack of actual tape to watch him this year was – kind of put him 3rd there. And honestly, if this playoff game didn't happen, I'd have Kyler 4th. I think Kyler is that good. But that's the thing. I'm also huge when it comes to mobility, man. In the game today with the speed on the edge, the way they're sending safeties into the box, I think your quarterback's got to be able to move and got to be able to avoid hits. 2 of the best guys to ever do that, Lamar and Kyler. Avoiding hits, getting out of bounds, sliding. He's also got a cannon for an arm, very good throw of the ball. I think him and Lamar just kind of have those things you can't teach, but due to this is how I'm kind of looking at now. If that playoff game never happened and Kyler and Herbert both had no playoff games, I'd put Kyler above him. But since Herbert doesn't have a bad playoff game on the record and Kyler does, I'm going to put Herbert above Kyler. But if, I think it's close. I think it's closer than most people give it. I get the lore around Herbert. He's, cannon for an arm quarterback. That's, just exactly what you want in a franchise quarterback kind of. But I think it's a lot closer than people want to admit. I think Kyler, after that, the interception of the playoffs and everything going on this offseason, a lot of people, aren't Kyler fans really anymore, don't really believe in that. I'm also saying this because, he says he's not playing unless he gets that contract. I know a team with a lot of money in Carolina, so. But yeah, I'd have him 4th if that playoff game didn't happen, but Herbert's 4th, Kyler's 5th. So I have same exact list as HG.
Wow. See, I think the only thing that gets me with your list is I don't think there's that gap.
Really? Between Mahomes?
No, I think that – all right, well, yeah.
We're talking about the Lamar, Kyler, Herbert. You're not a big Lamar guy, so I get that.
Well, yeah, you also had Herbert probably would have been last without the thing, and I had him 3rd no matter what.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm big with these mobile guys with the camera.
I feel you because it's mobility is very important. Josh, also by the way, I didn't hear about this until it was going to be on today, and now I'm very intrigued that there's an E60 on right now about the whole Joe Paterno, Jerry Sandusky thing. And I genuinely can't wait to watch this. It's on right now. Obviously, I can't watch it because we're here. We're having a great time, by the way, not complaining. But very intrigued to watch that. Also, not a golf guy, but there's a 30 for 30 tomorrow about – it's called Shark. It's about a guy who was up huge at one of the Masters tournaments and choked it. Can't wait to watch that as well. I'm telling you, for as much stuff as ESPN gets for how they do some certain things, God, are they good at documentaries.
So
they are so good. If you've never sat down and just binge watched 30 for 30s, I've watched 30 for 30s on things I could give 2 shits about.
No, brother. The 30 for 30s, I remember when I went through my phase. I think the first one I watched was the Fab Five, and then it was the Bad Boys. Then it was Reggie Miller, Winning Time. Then I went to Brian Bosworth. That's probably one of my favorite. The Boz, man. What an icon, man.
Man, let me look up their list of 30 for 30 because
And then what they did with The Last Dance, too. I mean, that's just icing on the cake. Like, they're so good.
I mean, I'm just trying
And Man in the Arena, too, because that's them. I know Brady does a lot of that, but that's also them.
Bro, I'm still waiting on the last episode.
Yeah, for real.
They said it was going to come out in April. I want to know what happened.
After this season is when it's coming.
They said it was supposed to be this one, though.
It's going to be like what if it was like a season-long Hard Knocks of just Tom Brady?
I would literally cry.
That would be the greatest thing ever.
I'll tell you, too, Josh, I know you're not a huge baseball guy, but do you have ESPN Plus?
I do.
Bro, go watch Once Upon a Time in Queens about the 86 Mets, bro. First of all, slight flex. I interviewed the producer of it. But
W Flex.
I mean, bro, they were fucking crazy.
Right.
And I'm not exaggerating. Literally a bowl of drugs in the middle of the locker room.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
The best pitcher on that team, Doc Gooden, missed the World Series parade because he was at his dealer's house asleep. Like they were
good though. Like that's crazy. Like
no, not good. They won the World Series and probably would have had a dynasty if they all weren't literal crackheads. I mean,
what's it called?
It's so it's Once Upon a Time in Queens. So good. Oh, King's Ransom. That's a good one. That's about the trade. Oh no. That's about the trade of Wayne Gretzky. That's a good one. Jordan rides the bus. The Celtic Laker one.
That one was good. Very good.
You don't know Bo. That was a very good one.
I didn't even know how like insane Bo Jackson was until I watched that.
Oh no, he was something. Such a good 30 for 30. The Mets team is wild. No, I mean they were. I mean it was literally unbelievable. No, Elway to Marino. That was a very good one. I really did like that one as well.
Oh, what was it? The Four Falls of Buffalo? I don't know.
Oh, the Four Falls. Yes.
That's tough, man. That's a tough one to watch, though. Like,
I feel so bad, bro.
Man.
Like,
that's
how
tough.
How do you let that happen?
I don't know if I'd rather just like not win, not get to
survive in advance. That was one of my favorite.
That was very good too. Very good. But, what was that? Yeah. There's one. Oh God, one about this guy that was in college, played for the Celtics. He's like a guard. What's it called?
Oh, you're not talking about Len Bias, right?
No. But that R.I.P. Len Bias. But no, I can't remember what it was called. But he was like addicted to drugs too. I was like going from the league, and I watched it in high school. Our English teacher put it on for us. It was so good. Shout out Mr. Ewald. He's the go.
Well, they do sort these by basketball and stuff like that.
I remember his name.
Guru of Go. There's Bad Boys, Breakaway, Rodman, Celtics, Lakers, Survive and Advance, Phil Slamajama, Requiem for the Big East, Fab Five, One and Not Done, The Dominican Dream. I hate Christian Leitner, but that's all the best.
That's a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was called.
Like I said, 30 for 30 are fantastic. I mean, just
Unguarded. Unguarded. That's what it's called.
Okay. I don't think I've seen that one.
What's his name? Can't remember his name. Why aren't you telling? Why you tell me the name of Chris Herron? Chris Herron.
I don't think I've seen that.
Very interesting story. But yeah, very good one.
All right, let's get in. Is there any more? Is that the only one you had?
I do, but do you want to do it or do you want to?
Oh yeah, let's do it. I like ranking things.
We're heading over to the receivers. I think we did one a couple weeks ago with receivers, maybe. Can't remember.
I thought we did running backs.
I think I had a receiver one written down and we didn't get to it.
Okay.
But this one's different from that one. I'll say the other one. Stephon Diggs.
Okay.
Keenan Allen.
Ooh, I love Keenan.
Mike Evans.
Ooh, okay.
A.J. Brown.
Okay.
DK Metcalf.
Okay.
I'll give mine first since you went first last time.
Yeah, you give yours.
I am going to put respect on the man's name. I'm putting Keenan Allen first.
Wow.
One of the most disrespected receivers in the league.
You're not wrong.
And I think he's the best out of this group of receivers. Then I'm going Mike Evans.
Wow.
I'm going Mike Evans. I think he is also very underrated. I think he's been so consistent throughout his career. And I know it's controversial to have Diggs third. He's very good, and I have no problem if people have him first. This is just me. I think Keenan Allen and Mike Evans are better receivers. I think they can do more. Not saying Diggs can't do a lot.
See, this is disrespectful.
That is disrespectful.
Diggs, Evans, DK, Allen, AJ. Okay.
I understand putting DK or AJ a little bit higher because they have so much potential, what they've shown so far in their careers. And, Keenan Allen, Mike Evans, kind of on the, I wouldn't call them the backside because they haven't really exited their prime yet, but they're definitely not the young guys where you're like, this guy can keep getting better and better. They're kind of like, they're amazing, but this is it.
Yeah.
So I'll have them two first, Diggs third. Like I said, I give Diggs his first. I just don't think Diggs can do as much as these guys. And I just think the other guys' hands are better. Like if I have a game on the line, you tell me pick one of these three, Diggs is going to be my third choice.
Okay.
But the same way I love mobile quarterbacks, I'm also a big body receiver guy. So, Mike Evans, Keenan Allen I wouldn't call big body, but he's kind of like in between.
He's a sure thing, though.
Yeah. You got them hands. And then I'd go DK fourth, AJ Brown fifth.
Yeah, I have to go with Diggs one.
Understand.
He's just very good. He's a great route runner. I think he has great hands as well. He's got speed, but I think he can also go up over the top and moss you a little bit. So I got to go with him number one. I think I would put Mike second.
Really?
And listen,
we're supposed to be Keenan Allen.
No,
we're supposed to be the
Josh.
Don't disrespect.
Josh,
we have a segment in the regular season.
Listen, I understand. I understand. I know. Put some respect on my name. But here's the thing, right? I think he's disrespected because I feel like when people make a top 10 list, they forget about him. But you can be very good and still not the best. You know what I mean? Like Mike Evans.
Where would Diggs rank? Like if you're ranking all the receivers?
Oh, I put him in the top 5.
Is he 5?
Off the top of my head,
like Tyreek, Devontae Adams.
It's Cooper Kupp, Devontae 1 and 2. I mean, honestly, after that,
really,
I think you can start going
D-Hop,
a lot of places.
I think D-Hop's.
I don't see he a little injured last year.
Oh,
a little hurt.
Receivers are the hardest thing to rank. Though.
Exactly, because I mean, one year they're good. Next thing you know, they got 3 hamstring injuries, a foot, and they're never heard of again. Looking at you, Julio.
Julio made his mark, man.
No, like I said, you want to talk about a cliff?
I don't know if it was so much a cliff as well. Yeah, I guess cliff's the right word for it.
Like, I mean, if you
I don't know. He just kind of didn't look right in Tennessee, though. Like, it just never felt like that's where he was supposed to be. Or it never felt like it was going to work. Like, it just never felt like the game plan had anything to do with Julio. Like, he was just a wide receiver, too.
Yeah.
He hasn't signed yet, has he?
No, he's still a free agent.
Jeez.
He is still a free agent. Why can I not send messages on my computer sometimes? Like I'm literally pressing enter, which is like the send button, and it just doesn't send. I don't understand. But no, I mean, what is Mike up to 8 straight 1,000-yard seasons?
Yeah, something crazy like
that.
I
mean, come on. At that point, I have to.
And Keenan's kind of around the same thing with catches, though. Like he's always up there, large number of receptions for Keenan.
So I would go Allen third. But see, here's the thing. Like with you, with the QB thing you said, I think there's a huge gap after that. And
Really?
then I'd probably go DK and then AJ.
See, the reason I threw those two in there, because like obviously the other three are perennial Pro Bowlers there every year, and the other guys are like, hey, this could be the next two ever or something like that. But I don't know, man. AJ Brown, some of the catches that man makes, like,
no, he is
they're
great, but he's
crazy.
another one. Hurt a little too often for my liking.
I put that on Tannehill, bro. He be putting them jump balls at the ankles. Like, what do you want? What do you want him to do?
I mean, yeah.
And DK's a weird one because he's a freak of nature, has good hands, gets like 2 targets a game. Like, it's very,
that was
very confusing.
He's definitely. I don't know. I felt like Russ just did not mess with him.
No, like, so, and I remember I used to always, God, I hate the NFL because I used to always look at DK's player props and be like, really?
Listen, I had DK on my fantasy team, so I really hated him.
2.5 catches? I took that probably 5 times last season, bro. Winds up with 1 catch. Tyler Lockett got 9. I'm like, well, what? This is bullshit. Like, tell me why TJ Hollister has 4 catches and DK's got a target. Like, and I did that to myself like 5 times, bro, and I thought it was a sure thing.
Bro, I still can't believe my fantasy team last year. I drafted Evans, DK, and Allen Robinson, and I was like, and had McCaffrey. And I was like, bro, I will see you in the championship.
Yeah,
like, and I think I made the playoffs in the last week of the season, and then got bodied in the first round. Like, that's how my season went. It was not fun. It was not fun. But all right, how about now we move to our break, huh? I mean, it's funny that a break is an hour and 16 minutes into the show, but it's whatever. Listen, Moon Knight, last 2 episodes, because obviously we didn't get to break down the episode before because Josh had to leave in the middle of the show, then came back. Very weird show. Very weird.
Very, very weird show.
We had Matt with a Canadian hat on. And...
out of nowhere.
But no, Moon Knight is very good.
I love it.
Bro, that scene where my son Conchu is just changing the sky.
God, that was so cool. So good.
I was like, okay.
And I'm loving the storyline because obviously like Captain America and Iron Man, the story behind them, like Hulk. Yeah. I don't know really anything about Moon Knight.
No, not a fucking thing.
Not really. So now I'm really interested, like, because I don't know, like, is Khonshu the reason he can get the suit? Like, is that, and Khonshu's dead, like locked in the tomb now. So
apparently the only thing that I really do know is that Mark, I think, is the actual person.
Really?
And that he was on an excavating trip.
Yeah.
In Egypt, and somebody like tried to killed like everybody else he was with and left him for dead. And somebody found him, brought him to Khonshu's like temple or whatever. And now Khonshu saved his life, and for saving his life, he has to serve him as his avatar on Earth, because kind of like the Eternals, they were like, yo, we're not getting involved in no humanity shit.
Right, but now, but at the end of this last episode, the other gods are like, Khonshu, you're done. Like, we're locking you away. So can he still be the avatar if he's just not, like, if Khonshu's just gonzo?
See?
Like, I feel like he has to.
I have no idea. I mean, yeah, it would make sense that he still has the abilities, because then what would the show be about?
Right.
But, like,
I just want to know how it's going to work. Like, can he still talk to Khonshu? Can he still hear him? I mean, it's still popping up on top of buildings.
I don't think so. He's locked.
Like, Iron Man is one that I'll never get tired of. The suit up for Moon Knight, like when the suit is coming on, just looks so clean. Like when it's just all lit, and he's just like that, and Iron Man suiting up. I never get tired of that.
Bro, just like white and gold, like,
yeah, so clean. So,
by the way, I wore black and gold in my senior ball. I looked great.
Hey, I actually wore white and gold.
Okay, see, look at us. Had a baddie too. But no, I think the show's been very fun. like it's only 3 in it. I think. Let's see. I don't care what anybody says. WandaVision's still my favorite. Mainly because I think I just love her the most.
I don't know.
Right now, I'm going WandaVision, Loki. This
Really,
Hawkeye.
you don't like Falcon and Winter Soldier's that low,
Bro. I wasn't into it.
Really, I'd go Loki, WandaVision, Falcon, Winter Soldier.
Really?
And then Hawkeye. And Moon Knight will find a ranking, but we still got 3 episodes left, so can't really do that.
Like, I already think this is the third. I mean, it's been great.
You really didn't like... What didn't you like about Falcon Winter Soldier?
I'm just not really into them.
Okay.
Like, as characters. So, like, when they get
to there's no powers, really, so it's kind of...
Yeah, see, that's the other thing. I'm watching the superhero stuff. I don't want some dude in a bionicle wig.
Yeah.
So
is that kind of why you're not huge on Guardians of the Galaxy either?
That could be very possible.
Because they're not really powers. I mean, it's outer space, but it's a talking raccoon in a tree.
Really powers. It's just a lot of shooting.
Shooting and strength and knives. I get it. Speaking of Guardians of the Galaxy, Thor, Love and Thunder finally got a teaser finally.
Bro, I saw you put that on the doc. And I was like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? And I went on Twitter. Bro, wasn't even one of the things that popped up for me. No, so I was like, what's going on? I look it up, and it still wasn't even from the Marvel account. Some random dude that was like, here you go. And I was like, is this even real? No. And then I finally found on the Marvel thing, watched it.
They've handled this movie so weirdly. This is the first any press related, any advertising, any promotion for this movie.
It's in July, right?
Yeah, it's in a couple months. And this is the first time they've done anything for it. They released the poster too, so this is the first thing ever. And it was an interesting teaser.
I think they're just so in on this Strange movie.
I mean, riding the high of Spider-Man leading into Doctor Strange, you probably don't have to do a lot of advertising. Like,
yeah, right.
You're here for these two. We'll talk about the others after. But you're here for Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. That's what we're here for.
God,
and that's so close too. It's so close.
Bro, I would literally.
Did you buy tickets already?
No, I did not. Thor movie finna do numbers.
It's gonna be very good, man. I hope we get.
Kendrick is dropping an album. Interesting.
Yeah.
Not the biggest Kendrick guy, by the way.
Get out my face.
I enjoy him, but like, did we see the trailer, Christian? You're not listening to the show. You're not listening.
I really like Christian. What do you think about the trailer?
I liked it though. It was kind of weird because like, even with the Strange trailer and the No Way Home trailer, I felt like we got like what a story. What the story is. This whole trailer to me just felt like a fan-made montage.
Right. It's so because obviously I think everyone could tell after Endgame, like this movie is going to be about Thor going back to being Thor. But then
I thought it was going to be like, Thor's like I thought. Listen, if you want to know how I thought the movie was going to be, I thought it was going to be 10-minute montage to start the movie so he gets back in shape. Ends up fighting somebody, defeats them, but last second they say something about whatever Natalie Portman's character is. He goes and finds her, has to fight some dude. He gets her. End of the movie, they're happy. Blah blah blah. That's what
I think it's going to be so crazy that it's going to be so good. Like I kind of what I got from it, just kind of what I thought the movie would be. I thought it, like I said, just Thor trying to find out who he was again and. He's with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I thought that's all it'd be, but it kind of, I don't know, it just kind of looks crazy and looks different. Like it looks like he's going back to
Guardians of the Galaxy.
He is at the beginning,
because
but it's also tough though because then it looks like they leave, but then like he's with the Guardians of the Galaxy to start the movie. That's for sure.
Like, because I know that at the end, obviously, we know at the end of what was it, Endgame, he's with them, but like also. I thought the next Guardians of the Galaxy movie was like, what isn't it? It's not called Guardians of the Galaxy, isn't it? Like, because what does Thor call them?
Thor's no, they're no, but they're the Guardians of the Galaxy. Is that what? Are you talking about? He said something.
Yeah, I thought he like changed their name. He was like, Oh my god! I know he.
It
I
might be
know.
like Thor and the Guardians or something like that.
I know he says like some weird type
He
of
probably
name for them.
does. He probably does, trying to
Come
make
on,
him.
Chris. You got to know what I'm talking about
I
here.
should know, but I don't know why I don't. But the next
As
one.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, but no, the third one, I think Thor. I don't expect Thor to be in Volume 3 of Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't expect it. I don't want it, honestly. I don't. I know you're not big in the Guardians of the Galaxy, but I
No,
want that movie. If this is it, and the way James Gunn's talking about the movie, that somebody's gonna die, I need the whole movie about the Guardians, bro. I don't need Thor. Give me a couple cameos to satisfy the Twitter crowd, but I need that whole movie to be at that. And Natalie Portman looked badass too, dude. She's Lady Thor.
See, Thor was supposed to be bigger in G3 because it was supposed to come before Thor 4.
Yeah, the timeline has been changed because Doctor Strange is supposed to come out before Spider-Man.
See, that's what I was gonna say. I thought Guardians was supposed to come out before Thor.
No, well, obviously not anymore, but no, it originally was. But now the way things have all turned out because of COVID and everything, they switched it up. But I mean, it could be a weird situation like where
how they do that though, because like, don't you low-key have to rewrite the movie then?
No, I mean, yeah, but no. Like, say plot kind of, you just don't give away as much. Like you instead of this leading into that movie, you just kind of reverse it.
Yeah, but that's just like
I bet what happened at the end.
That's the thing. A lot of Doctor Strange was going to be in the Spider-Man film.
Yeah,
like you have to rewrite the movie. That's gotta
be I bet that ending of Doctor Strange, of Spider-Man, where the multiverse opens, that was probably how Doctor Strange was supposed to end, and then Spider-Man is when everything comes out. That probably would have made more sense, but it's gonna be interesting. But I really like the trailer. Love that Korg's gonna be with Thor for most.
Yeah,
of
like
movie.
America Chavez was originally in Spider-Man. Now she's all in Strange.
Yeah, and also there was another release of Doctor Strange. Has been dropping little teasers, little TV spots, new clips everywhere too. That movie's gonna be so fucking insane, dude.
No, I can't wait for that movie. Like I said, I was all excited for the Spider-Man. I'm 10 times more excited for this Doctor Strange movie than I ever was with the Spider-Man movie.
I was much more excited for Spider-Man, but I'm still very excited for this.
Like I said, Wanda's in it. I'm there. Like, I'm telling you, she 1v1 Thanos, and I said, you know what? You got me.
You got me. Yeah,
I'm fully invested. Yeah. And then the show, too, bro, that moment where she's like, yeah, you shouldn't have told me about the runes, bitch. And then she just goes crazy. The Scarlet Witch outfit pulls up.
I need to rewatch those. I've rewatched so many, like almost all the Marvel movies at least like 5 times. Because when you're going to bed, like, do you have your TV on when you go to bed? Or you
see, not anymore.
Really?
Here's kind of what I do. I play Xbox usually. I'll probably play Xbox after this. I'll have the TV on with something in the background. I'll get off Xbox, have the TV still on, but I'll be on my phone, like watching YouTube videos.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll turn the TV off, stay with the phone, go to bed.
No, I'm definitely I'm kind of the same how it starts. I'll play Xbox after this. Like, that's probably what's going to happen. But when I go to bed, like, I just have to have background noise. I gotta.
See, I listen to stuff.
No, I always go to Disney Plus, just put on a random Marvel movie. But I've never rewatched this series yet. I really want to.
I've rewatched that last episode of WandaVision a couple times.
I've rewatched clips of it, but never. I want to watch the full seasons again instead of waiting a week at a time. Just watch it on.
That's such a good time in life.
Dude, when freaking Vision was fighting Vision, I was cloud nine.
Oh, and then the whole he goes, well, if you take one piece of wood and replace it, which one is the original? I said,
oh, okay.
Nah, because if White Vision pulls up in Doctor Strange, bro.
Oh my god, we're getting so many characters. This fucking movie.
I'm telling you, bro. If he pulls up in the movie,
I'm gonna see Tom Cruise as Iron Man. Get out of my face with that, bro. Like,
I'm there.
Crazy. And Wanda's gonna kill all of them. Like, that's everybody is going to die. All these new characters are about to get dead.
Clipping them.
God.
Oh, and we haven't even gotten into the big bad of what is this? Phase 4, right? Because isn't Khan gonna be the big bad of like the whole
Supposed to be
overall
the
thing?
Thanos of this.
Hey,
This
see,
phase.
exactly, and we're not even close to that yet.
But I don't think it's. I think it's gonna be so many villains though. Like I think it's gonna be hard to like Kang will be he's Kang the Conqueror. He's fucking giant, but I think there's gonna be many other villains because if Fantastic Four is in Phase 4, you know, we're gonna get so many characters out of that.
Doctor
I mean,
Doom.
just yeah, Doctor Doom would be so good in the MCU, dude. If they get that casting
Bro,
right,
imagine they end Marvel as a whole with like because all the multiverses, whatever. You can probably just go back in time. All the multiverses coming together to fight like Thanos, Kang, but it's like, but then you also would have like OT. You would have like Tony come back, and then oh god, that should be wild. All right, let's get back into the sports world. Listen, the NBA playoffs are underway, and we've had some interesting game ones. Hawks get blown out. That wasn't even really a contest. The Bucks looked like they were gonna blow out the Heat, right?
Bulls.
Yeah, oh yeah, I just said Heat. I'm stupid. The Bulls. Then all of a sudden, the Bulls said, "Hey, listen, calm down. We're here to play basketball as well." They made a nice little comeback. Bucks ended up pulling away at the end. The Nuggets Warrior game, kind of mid. This man Jordan Poole.
I mean, yeah, Steph only played like 28 off the bench.
This man Jordan Poole, though.
Jordan Poole, 30 piece, man. He's so important for them because Steph isn't.
We call Jordan Poole. That man's a problem.
He is a problem. I mean, CJ actually had him winning Most Improved Player.
He did.
I mean, and I could see. I mean, John Morant is just tough. He kind of shouldn't qualify. Second overall pick, year 2, year 3. But it is what it is. The games, yeah. The first game that happened was Jazz Mavericks. Jazz are still not legit. Still not. I mean, no Luka, and they only win by 6, and don't even.
See, that's the thing, and I'm sorry. Like, I'm disinterested in the whole series now because Luka's not playing.
Is he out for the whole series?
No, he's just out for probably games 1 and 2. But like I'm saying, like I'm out. Like I'm just not interested.
I mean, honestly, I don't think the Jazz win the series, even if Luka's out for 2. Even if they go 2-0 and steal home court.
Wow.
I'm still taking Luka to win 4 straight against them. Like, I don't even think they get to game 7. I think Luka puts it away at 6 because that's how I just don't get what it is with the Jazz. Why? Like, it would benefit them so much to move on from Rudy. I get how good he is defensively. I get how amazing he is, like how much he causes teams to not go to the paint. But you got to make a choice because you got to either surround Rudy with a bunch of scorers and call it a day, or you got to get Donovan Mitchell a co-star who can help him out. Like Donovan Mitchell struggled this game. He didn't have a great game, and they still were able to pull.
No, didn't he have a bad first half? I thought he scored like 30 in the second half.
Well, he wound up finishing with that much, but that's still a bad game, man.
That's true.
Shot like below 30%, I think. But I mean, Donovan's going to get 30 in the playoffs. Like that's just what he's going to do. But I mean, I don't know. They've been stagnant for years now. This is kind of it for them. I feel like if you get bounced in the first round, like I think will happen.
I think Donovan's leaving.
I think Donovan requests a trade too. I want them to get rid of Rudy and surround Mike Conley, Bojan, and Donovan with some other good players, some pieces off the bench. But they'll probably. I mean, if I'm Donovan, I want out too, though. I want out.
Oh, hello. Is this Donovan Mitchell? Yeah, this is the New York Knicks. Yeah. You wanna come play? Oh, okay. Yeah. No problem, buddy. Oh, hold on. I'm getting another call. Sorry. This is Donovan. Hello, who is this? Oh, this is the Oklahoma City Thunder. We got about 6 first-round picks with your name on it.
Oh. We'd have our average height for our starting lineup would be like 6'4". Like we'd be so small.
Guess what?
But no, I think the Hawks should be a team called by Donovan. You'd be a little small in the guard position, but they're both dropping 30 a night. I don't care about a couple blow-bys on defense.
Or you pair up Shy and Donovan and just
with 82. And Donovan might average 45 with those two passing to the ball.
45 assists a game.
Now 45 points. Giddy averaged 15 assists, I bet.
That's what I'm saying. Though. I think he's gonna average 45 assists, Giddy. Just be like, hey, listen, Shy.
I'm glad I know a lot about prospects this year, so I don't look like a fucking idiot when Sam Presti does it again and drafts the next LeBron James.
Yeah, still no thing. By the way, we didn't even talk about it. The draft is 2 weeks away.
Yeah, I mean, you don't care about college though, so it's kind of hard.
See, am I bugging, or this just seems like the least fun draft ever? Like, I feel like usually there's so much hype around it, and
well, the reason this draft is interesting because there's really no clear cuts. Like Aiden Hutchinson's the guy that everyone thinks is going to go number one, but if the Jags decide, hey, we want to protect Trevor Lawrence, if the Lions decide,
there's some super ultra athletic dude from Georgia that a lot of people are thinking are going.
Trayvon Walker. Walker, and I get it. I mean, who knows? Honestly, there's no clear cut picks in this draft. Like, nobody knows where anyone's going. It's going to be very fun draft, but I do think you're kind of right on the fact that there is no Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson. There's no Jamar Chase. There's not a lot of those guys, but that's kind of what makes this draft fun is because one of these guys is going to be like that.
Yeah, one of these guys might end up being something, and we're going to all look like idiots.
Yeah, but the second game on Saturday, the Grizzlies drop game 1.
Yeah.
This Timberwolves team is so on fire right now that did you talk NBA last week? Like, I know we talked about the play-ins.
No, we were going to, and no, I did. We gave our predictions of who we thought were going to win the series.
Okay, and I'm guessing you picked the Grizzlies.
That's
who I would have picked the Grizzlies too. But I mean, this Timberwolves team on fire winds up winning 130-117. I mean, Grizzlies got to be careful, bro. Like, I could easily see this be a little bit of, a play-in win, first game win hangover for the Timberwolves, though, where they just kind of fall off after this because they're riding that high, and now they're like, all right, well, we got to win 3 more, then we got to win 4 more, then we got to win 4 more, and then we got to win 4 more before we're hosting any trophies. So it might settle in for them. I hope it doesn't because they're fun to watch when Pat Bev's talking his shit, bro, and Ant's dropping 38.
That's what I'm saying. I said it before. Talk about a problem. We call people a problem. Anthony Edwards is a problem.
His confidence, bro. His confidence is insane.
And listen, we're so distracted by how good Jokic and Embiid are. Cat is a problem.
Dude, seriously, Cat is so good.
Like, he played like dog water in that play-in game.
Like, a lot of people think it's Joel Jokic, Grand Canyon, other centers. No, it's Nikola Jokic, Joel Embiid. Very tiny, not huge gap.
Like a highway.
Cat. Yeah, it's like a highway, then Cat, then a huge gap. And other centers.
Yeah, after that, I mean, it's just astronomical.
Yeah, that team is built for the future, man. I hope they can keep D'Lo, Cat, and Anthony Edwards there for a long time. Not only because I feel bad for Minnesota fans, they deserve that. Only second playoff appearance since KG's been there. I mean, they deserve better. And A-Rod's got them on the right track, man. 1-0 in the series so far. So.
Josh, have we watched the K-Rod broadcast on ESPN2?
I have not.
Okay. Sunday Night Baseball. If you don't want to watch the actual broadcast, you hop on over to ESPN2. You got Michael K and A-Rod doing a Manning cast type of thing.
Okay. I'm going to check that out.
Michael K's the Yankee announcer, so I'm there.
Yeah, and then third game, Raptors, Sixers. I feel bad for Scotty Barnes, man. He was having a game, has an ankle injury, and now he's ruled out for game 2. It's I don't know. It's not as big, but there's a gap there. I get what Bam does defensively, but he's injuries. He's not really a threat at all offensively, but his defense is very impactful. But I think
we'll go with this. The gap between Jokic and Embiid and Cat, we said about a highway. I think it's then like the Empire State Building to a Bam, then the Grand Canyon to the rest of them.
Yeah, it's not like it's a gap. Like, I mean, there's the top 4, and then people can say Rudy. Mobley will eventually get up there. Poku will eventually get up there. But well, I don't know. Bam's very good, but played like 58 games this year. Kind of tough to really say how good he is. Cat dropped 60, so
yeah. That'll get you some brownie points.
But the Raptors, Sixers, Scotty Barnes goes down. He's having a great year, having a great game. Out for game 2, but I think the 76ers probably win it. But they have a lot to fix, man. Like I don't think they get out of the second round, so they got a lot of things to deal with. They need to figure out that bench, man. I mean, Matisse Thybulle can't even play 3 and 4. He can't play games 3 and 4. So they're looking at Shake Milton and Korkmaz and Georges Niang as their best players off the bench to really take pressure off of James Harden, Joel Embiid. James Harden
was not the best thing ever.
No, I'm saying it's probably not what you want, are the words I would use. And James Harden, he's so weird. I don't enjoy watching James Harden play basketball.
I don't either.
It's boring. It's effective and works really well, and you can win games with it, but it's boring. And when it doesn't work, you're the biggest liability the court has ever seen. Which kind of was what it looked like a little bit early in this game, but then he picked it up. Obviously, those two will have them fighting in any series, but I just don't think they're deep enough or have enough to get past the second round. But I think that first game showed a lot that the Raptors also need to work on. You can't just play this positionless basketball when Joel Embiid's on the court. You need a big man. So even though Joel only had screw Joel. Lost me a parlay. He only had 19 points. Had Harden 20 plus, Siakam 20 plus, Van Vliet 15 plus, Maxey 15 plus, all hit. Joel Embiid 30 plus and 19 points. In my face with that, Joel. But then the last game, I think Saturday night was the last game that day. We already talked a little bit about it. Warriors, Nuggets. Get Jokic some help, man.
Yeah, please.
Jamal Barton had a game, but we need to get Jokic some help, man. He can't do it all.
Jamal tore his Achilles, right?
I don't even remember what it was.
Bro, it's been like a year and a half.
No, he did it before this. No, you're right. It has been because it was last year's playoffs.
It's been like a year, bro. I mean,
it's been a minute. I mean, there are some other injuries. Jonathan Isaac, he's a guy who hasn't played since the bubble, and he only tore his ACL. So he's with the Magic, bro. He's so good too. Hasn't played in 2 years, but yeah, Jamal. Well, I'm okay with guys taking their time coming back as long as it's not exaggerated like that. I want Jamal to be fully healthy though. Need him to be a game for Jokic. But yeah, this series, Jokic might steal a game or two, but I don't know. Once Steph gets going, gets his groove back, the way Jordan Poole and Clay are playing right now, it's going to be tough to win that. So Nuggets need to do something this offseason to make sure, Jokic is not out here doing it all himself. And then Sunday, game we don't really have to talk about. Connie already talked about it a little bit. Heat, Hawks. Heat are just too deep, too well put together, too good with chemistry. The Hawks have the exact opposite of that. They're inconsistent, a lot of guys in and out. Doesn't look like there's a ton of chemistry there. So, I mean, hey, the Hawks are always fun to watch. Trae Young might steal a game or two, but the Heat are they're the 1 seed for a reason, man. 1 seed for a reason. And then, God, series sucks, dude. Celtics, Nets. Why do one of these teams have to go home, bro? Yeah. Why do one of them have to get bounced? Like the 2 seed might get bounced, or KD and Kyrie are getting bounced first round. Like I hate it. It's so stupid.
Joel's limping to the locker room.
That is tough. Hate to see that. Hopefully,
that's not what you want to see at all.
But that game 1, Celtics Nets. Did you watch the?
I did watch the last at least 10 minutes.
Kyrie, bro. Kyrie is so good, man. So good. Just talking shit to the fans and
see, that's my thing too, bro. I hate the fact that that's considered a thing, bro. Like everybody's making a big deal about it.
Yeah, like come on, bro. Like they all the fans.
Why can I sit there as a fan and say whatever I want to a player? But if he tells me to screw off, he's the bad guy. No.
I also hate like I love the TNT crew. I love Shaq, Charles and Kenny. Shout out Ernie. But like all they complain about during the season. These guys are soft. They're soft. People talk shit to him. They don't do anything about it. Kyrie gets shit talked to him, says he's gonna have the same energy back to him, and they're like, "You can't do that. You just can't do that." Like, come on, bro. Do you want them to talk shit back, or you want them to be silent so that you can talk shit about them? I don't know. If the players talk, I mean, the fans are talking to me, bro. I'm gonna talk to them.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
and it's not even like he did it in a disrespectful way. Like, he's just, you're talking shit. I am also gonna talk shit and cook your team while I'm at it. Like,
and that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Like, if you talk, I'm gonna talk. Why not?
Yeah, no. He went off this game. That game winner, so smooth. Like, in a chaotic situation, to get a nice pass like that, Tatum spinning at the perfect time, laying it up, clear game winner. Loved that. But KD, kind of on KD there. He left his put his eyes on the ball.
Listen, that whole game one might be on KD, honestly.
I mean, he picked it up second half.
But I mean, what was he like?
Big part of it.
What was his shooting percentage? He was like 6 for.
Yeah, he had a bad shooting game for sure. But he's also kind of the reason they were in that game. We were able to come back from 15. He had a couple of big shots, but he definitely needs to play a little bit better. But I mean, it really is KD and Kyrie out there. But Goran Dragic is. I love Goran, man. He's so good in Miami. He's been very good for a long time, but man, he was making some dumb ass decisions. Like, he threw a behind the back pass on a fast break with like 3 minutes left, tie game, turnover. Then he comes back down next possession, throws up a wild layup, doesn't even touch her. I'm like, Goran, this is not your team, bro. You the eighth man. Like, don't do this. This is not Miami or Phoenix. But yeah, this series it's so good that we get to watch it. We get to watch these teams play against each other. Just wish it was like conference finals or at least second round. But one of these teams going home eventually. Can't even give you a favorite right now. Because, I mean, it's just that game was literally won at the buzzer, so it's tough to really say who's ahead of who. And then Bulls Bucks, yeah, that game looked like it was going to be a blowout. Bulls kind of come back a little bit, but the Bucks put it away. I mean, listen, it was a great season for the Bulls. Very proud of them. Step in the right direction, but yeah, the Bucks might be going back to back, so it's kind of tough over there to get that as a first round matchup. And then Suns Pelicans is a first round watch too. Pelicans, hopefully Zion's back next year. Hopefully you don't have to trade him. But the Suns are also potentially getting their first ring, so these teams are in a bad situation. But yeah, good game ones though. A couple good game ones. A lot of potential in these series.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Celtics Nets is going to be the best one by far. But like that was my theory, I think. Like, I'm just still not interested yet because like I think that a lot of these are determined.
Yeah.
Like, I'll probably lock in like the Eastern Conference, Western Conference Finals, and
really
even
not
then,
even second round.
But here's the thing: even then, I think the Suns are an easy one, and the East I do still like. Everybody favors the Bucks, and I understand that. I still do think it's going to be challenging for them, whoever they play, though. I think the Suns are just head and shoulders above, though. Like, they were the best team all year. It wasn't close. What did they do? Win 60 something? Like 60?
63, I think.
63? Yeah, like.
I mean, very good. I mean, you're right. They should be and are the clear head and heels favorite over everybody else. But I don't know. I just think, I mean, they're a well put together team. Obviously, Chris Paul and Booker. But when you have guys in the conference where, you know, Luka has a couple series, Steph has a couple series, who knows what could Ja gets going in these playoffs, man. If Desmond Bane's knocking down threes, like, I don't know.
Bro, did you see the clip, though, or if you didn't watch the game of what Chris Paul did on, like, consecutive series?
I didn't watch anything from that game, man. I've not seen this.
Came down, hit a three. Came down, faked a three, pass, assist. Came down, hit a three. Came down, hit a three. Came down, hezzy, blow by, layup. I was like, bro, you're like 64.
So in the bracket, And the bracket, I'm trying to figure it out because I want to see what second round matchups look. So it's obviously 1-8, 2-7.
Yeah.
And then is it 3-6, 4-5 or 4-5, 3-6?
No, I think it's 3-6, 4-5.
Okay, so it would be second round. We could get Miami, Milwaukee. We could get either Brooklyn or Boston against Philly. So second round could be, and then in the West,
you have to pray that Ben Simmons comes back game 3 of this series, and then the Nets win and have to play Philly. Like you just have listen. I know I shouldn't say this, but NBA, if you are rigging games, please do it this time. I wouldn't even be mad.
And then in the West, we could get Luka versus Phoenix, and then we could get actually, you said it was 3-6.
I believe.
Yeah, that's the part that I was confusing. But it could be either Steph versus Phoenix or Luka versus Phoenix, and then Ja versus Steph or Ja versus Luka. I don't know, but I think the second round is really where things start getting decided. Because in recent years, it's been Kawhi versus the Orlando Magic. This year, it's Chris Paul and Book versus the Pelicans. Obviously, the first round matchups kind of suck, but I think the second round is really, really where things start picking up. Because that's where people become contenders and pretenders.
Yeah, you're right. You are right. It should be fun. If anything, that's what it will be. It'll definitely be interesting to say the least. But listen there, buddy. Unless you got anything, I think we're all tuckered out. Joe's back to start the third. Well, that's good.
Good to see that.
Yeah, anything else, Josh, before we head on out?
Don't spoil the Batman.
Trust me, don't plan on watching it anytime soon.
I'm watching it. I think Wednesday. I'm just gonna, I'll have Moon Knight and the Batman.
Because let's see. Not gonna do it tonight. Tuesday, I class.
3 hour movie.
What?
2 hours 56 minutes.
Let's see. Tuesday, I got class all day. Then the pod at 9. Wednesday, Renegades debut. Thursday, class and Renegades. Friday, class. Saturday, work. Sunday, I think I'm back at the Renegades again.
The grind.
Listen, 2 jobs now. 2 job Connie over here. Cutting fruit and producing games. But all right, Josh, where can they find you? And then we'll head on out.
Yeah, follow me on Twitter at Jolin_4. Make sure you go over and subscribe to the YouTube channel so we can interact with you and the homie. Look at the homie HG in the chat all day. So make sure you guys head over to YouTube, subscribe so you can turn on the notification bell as well while you're at it, so you can know live. Make sure you head on over to Underdog. Use code Gen Z. Double your first deposit. Free money in your pocket. And then tune in Monday, 7 Eastern.
Listen, as for me, you know what it is by now. You can follow me on Twitter, Anthony Conover _. You can follow the podcast right there, Gen Z Sports. Get all your updates from us. I gotta start tweeting from that account more. It's just a whole listen. I don't know what to tweet from, do breaking news and polls. We'll figure it out. Josh could always hop on that Twitter account as well.
I never send me the login, so
I'm going to send it to you right now. Anthony _Conover on Twitch. I put all the pods there as well. Obviously, this gets posted as a podcast. So Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, we're available. Tuesday, the hard count, me and CJ. Everything in the football world. That's also available on podcasts, same places. And then Thursday's Backstop Banter. Me and Michael. I won't be on the show this week. Unfortunately, like I just said, got the Renegade stuff to do. But I'm sure Michael will find somebody to fill in. Well, at least I hope. And yeah, listen.
Probably me. So,
big baseball guy, Josh. Mm-hmm. But listen, people, with all that being said, I appreciate everybody tuning in for another wonderful episode. Always have fun. Seriously. But listen, until next week, I should say, y'all have a good one. All right?